honorable colleagues. My name is Toby Okechukwu, and I represent an area of Woji River Federal Constituency from Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I think it's important that we understand the issues at stake. And I want to thank my colleague, Honorable Bagos, for bringing up this motion. This motion suits a motion that is important, urgent, and important, and it is of public importance. If nothing is done about this matter, in law they call it that the rest is gone, that the subject matter would have been destroyed. And the idea is to avert the impending strike that is being or is about to be taken by Academic Staff Union of University Teachers. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it is unfortunate that serially, even in the 7th Assembly, in the 8th Assembly, and even in the 9th Assembly, I can't keep count of how many times we have had to intervene in education. And if you serially continue to intervene, like Honorable TJ said, it amounts to some level of madness or foolishness if you continue to intervene or do the same matter again and expect a different result. First and foremost, I do not think that at this point in time that the federal government should be trying to win an argument, or even ASUU should be trying to win an argument. Leadership at this level should be wanting to find a solution on what are the issues. There is deplorable infrastructure level in the universities, but the immediate one, based on which they want to go on strike, is IPs. What type of services do university teachers render that makes it impossible for them to be registered in IPs? I think it is important that we scrutinize and see what are the issues that are raising the adjournment. Is there any need for alteration of the way they are going to be paid monthly? We know there are sabbatical, teachers who go on sabbatical. Would they have implications on their earnings when they go on sabbatical? So we need to interrogate these issues. But it will be out of place for this House to sit and begin to imagine that there are no consequences when our children are out of school, that there will be no consequences for the loss of man hours that are associated with it, that there will be no consequences for children who will be idle at home and can take to alternative vacation, including crime, considering the state of cult activities in the universities. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, it brings to the fore, as a matter of fact, the propriety, the quality, and prudence in the idea of going to borrow $22 billion. In what areas are you going to deploy this money? How on earth is education not able to be in that basket? What priorities are we establishing? How can you be wanting to borrow a loan and 40% of it will be accounted for through consultancy? What kind of scale of preference as a nation are we having? Apart from the quality of deployment of the loan, we need to interrogate, including the process. So, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I think we are all worried that an area of government, an area of our public life, which is education, will be deteriorating, and we begin to imagine that we want to deploy 500 million to NTA. That is a company that can go to public space, go to Nigerian Stock Exchange and raise facilities. So there are certain priorities that should be established. NTA can be commercialized, but education education is a social responsibility of government. And I'm sure that if we get this right, the collateral benefit for the Nigerian people will be enormous. So I completely agree with the mood of the House and the idea that there should be an immediate leadership intervention as early as tomorrow to ensure that we abort this process. And at the same time, the committees should be able to follow up. So I so support this motion. Thank you very much.